Wondering if Freedom Debt Relief is right for you? Well, why not take it from their clients? In this video, we're going to dive into what the reviews are saying about the Freedom Debt Relief experience. Plus, you'll hear real stories from real clients so you can see for yourself how their debt relief program has helped people just like you take control of their debt and get on a path to a better financial future. Hi, I'm Rob, a financial coach dedicated to teaching you the money skills you never learned in school. I know that for many of us, discussing money wasn't a regular part of our dinner conversations, and that can make financial planning seem daunting. But you know what? You don't have to tackle it alone. Now let's hear what some Freedom Debt Relief graduates have to say about their experience. First up is Alejandra. When reduced work hours, additional college expenses, and a series of car accidents pushed her credit card debt to the max, Alejandra reached out to Freedom Debt Relief. And during a supportive call with one of their experienced debt consultants, Alejandra felt validated and for the first time saw a real possibility of becoming debt-free.
Last September, I was enrolled for my last semester of graduate school, and I didn't have any financial aid. I didn't have any savings because I was living paycheck to paycheck before that. And so just when I felt like I had made some progress with my credit, I had to use my credit again to pay off that last semester of school. Around the same time, I was in a car accident in September, and then again in November of last year, and then once again in February. That was right before, that was at the time that I was interviewing for another job. And a lot of the expenses, again, had to go on my credit card. So I had just made progress, and then I was back to the max. I started a new job where I was now going to start getting paid monthly. And I knew that that meant I would have to make adjustments to how I paid everything off. And it also made it very evident how much I was paying a month just for credit cards and these creditors. It was more than half of what I was earning. And it was so discouraging and just disappointing thinking about how much of my money was going to creditors. So I figured maybe it's time to get on a plan that can help me consolidate everything that I owe and just finish paying off what I owe before I hit 30. I'm 27 now, and I didn't want to be on this plan well into my 40s. I wanted to see the light at the end of the tunnel and then start saving and thinking about other things that I want to do with my life. I came across Freedom Debt Relief, and I was actually on a phone call with Melissa, and it was about an hour long. She made me feel really good about this. She validated my experience. I felt like I could trust her and her expertise. I felt like I needed the support from a program that actually would care about my well-being and me getting through this. I couldn't keep paying what I was paying before month to month. Never I would have imagined would have even been a possibility I could be debt-free.
Freedom Debt Relief helped Alejandra see a light at the end of the tunnel and realize that real financial progress was possible. This peace of mind is exactly what this next client, Hector, needed when his credit card debt started piling high.
I couldn't sleep because I was tossing and turning like, how am I going to figure out how to pay all these different credit cards? Oh, if you could only see my credit cards, there were like stacks, And once I got one paid, then the other one got more interest in it, and I was a mess. So I thought, let's just see if this is the right thing to do at this time, because it's time. And so I called them, and this person answered the phone, and I think I told them that here's my situation. It's not a good one, and I need to get out of debt. How can you help me? They really listened. And I told them my situation, how I got paid every 2 weeks. Here's what I have right now that I probably could afford. And they said, here's different options, whatever works best for you. And I really enjoyed that I had options because, we like choices. It wasn't just like flat, this is how we do it. And I like that. And it made it easy for me to really explain myself. And they came back with the answers. They made it very easy for me. And if I had one question, there's the number to call, which I didn't have to. And everything was perfect.
As you heard, Freedom Debt Relief gave Hector a plan to not only tackle his debt, but personalize it to fit his budget and timeline, making his debt relief journey stress-free. Their unique approach to debt relief made all the difference to LaJuana, who was caught off guard by a serious medical diagnosis.
I'm a 10-year breast cancer survivor. I was off work for like about 6 weeks. And at first couple of weeks, I wasn't getting paid. And then so I needed to use a credit card for this, use a credit card for that. And then when I went back to work, and it's like the minimum payment is like, so high now. It's like, oh gosh, every 2 weeks I get paid. It was always like, okay, this bill. I need to pay this, and this, and this. I guess you can say anxiety would kick in because sometimes too, like I wake up just thinking about what I need to pay. I tried other companies, but Freedom Debt Relief just really made me feel real comfortable with working with them. I wasn't rushed and hurried and, making my decision. They've walked me through everything, every step, and made me real comfortable in making my final decision. They say like it takes a few months to get like maybe your first settlement. I got my first one in 2 weeks. So it's just like, I'm on a roll. I think it's going great. And I'm dedicated 100% to getting out of debt.
Freedom Debt Relief not only gave LaJuana a financial plan of action to help her navigate that difficult time, they walked her through every step of the process and worked quickly to settle her debts so she could breathe a little easier. For Nicole, the empathy she received from Freedom Debt Relief made her feel like she was finally getting her life back on track. Let's be real, getting out of debt is hard enough, but for Nicole, trying to get out of debt as a mother of two was completely overwhelming.
I had to do something. It was consuming me. And it was starting to affect, my ability to be a good parent, I think. I have 2 daughters, and I was on edge all the time. I had to work so much. I had to pick up side jobs, just to be able to, stay afloat. And that's not the kind of life that I wanted to give them. Without freedom, I would be in a position that I don't know if I could ever get out of. When I spoke with Chris, it wasn't something like, you need to do this, we need you to do this. One thing that I did like about him is he didn't overtalk me. He listened, to where I am. And, I feel like he really cared. He really cared and really wanted to see me in a better position. It was so well laid out and so clear. I knew what my responsibility was. Chris explained everything in such great detail that I knew what to expect. He made me feel like this was the right choice for me. And it was my choice. It wasn't him telling me what I had to do. It's my choice. And he opened the doors for me. There really was a light at the end of the tunnel, and I can see it. And that was the first time in my life I ever related to it. That that glimmer of hope, that getting yourself out of a situation into a better situation, I could see that.
Does Freedom Debt Relief have good reviews? Freedom Debt Relief has been helping people since 2002 and has resolved over $20 billion in debt. They've earned top ratings and reviews with an A+ grade from the Better Business Bureau and rated excellent on Trustpilot with over 45,000 reviews. Lizzie T writes, I'm most appreciative of Freedom Debt Relief. They've truly lifted a heavy burden off my shoulders. I can rest easy. I 100% recommend them to anyone who's in debt. Justin M says, freedom from debt has helped me so much. I started with 6 enrolled debts. I'm now down to 2. I'm excited for the fresh start that graduating the program will provide. Kathleen J writes, Freedom Debt Relief has helped me through a hard time by lifting the burden of debt. I honestly don't know what I would have done without them. The process has been so easy and the customer service people have been so kind. Likewise, Victoria B recalls the reassurance and care she received from the customer service team. When I called, there was no question I had that she didn't know how to get me a solution for. When I was done, I was reassured that everything was on track. What a wonderful feeling. And Janice F describes how easy it was to start. Enrolling in the process was simple. Every customer service representative was patient, upbeat, and knowledgeable. All of my questions were answered quickly and concisely. Freedom Debt Relief really has my back. It's truly inspiring to hear how Freedom Debt Relief is able to make a difference for so many people on their journey to being debt-free. Remember, no matter how you got here, they're here to help you take control of your debt and get on the path to a better financial future. To learn more about the Freedom Debt Relief Program and whether it's right for you, click the link in the description box below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more debt relief content. See you next time.